Money doesn't follow words. It follows frequency. Not the mystical kind, but the one that emerges from behavior, tone, and consistency. Saying I'm rich while your body tightens at every bill is like whispering calm in the middle of a storm. It simply doesn't register. Money reads patterns, not posts. It tracks how you treat time, decisions, and commitments. It moves toward those who project stability, clarity, and grounded confidence, the behavioral version of an abundance mindset. Practical. When someone embodies coherence, everything aligns. The way they plan, negotiate, and even pause before acting. That's money energy equals behavior in action. It's less about shouting affirmations and more about signaling abundance with behavior. Think of the investor who keeps showing up to learn, refine, and execute, even on days when it's boring. Or the freelancer who tracks metrics, maintains quality, and communicates transparently. Those are the micro signals of wealth creation, the invisible data points that money listens to. So the question isn't what you say about money, it's what your nervous system says when money enters the room. Scarcity signals show up in tension, in rushing, in fear-driven choices. Abundance signals are calm, measured, and deliberate. The market feels it, clients feel it, and opportunities mirror it. Once you understand that money reacts to energetic stability, your behavioral frequency, not your slogans, you stop chasing luck and start broadcasting value creation signals. And that shift, it quietly opens the door to something far bigger waiting right ahead. The phrase, "I am rich," sounds powerful, but often it's just a performance, words floating above a body that doesn't believe them. When your nervous system screams danger every time you check your bank balance, the universe isn't confused, it's consistent. That mismatch between thought, body, and decision is what silently blocks flow. You can't broadcast money as frequency, no woo, if your daily behavior still signals fear and urgency. Affirmations without alignment become noise in the financial signal chain. Your body tells the truth your words can't hide. When you say, "I'm abundant," but spend impulsively, undercharge, or avoid checking expenses, you're sending scarcity signals louder than any mantra. The market reads that instantly, through hesitation in your tone, inconsistent pricing, or missed opportunities. True wealth energy isn't about pretending, it's about coherence. When your internal state matches your external strategy, money feels safe to circulate back to you. It's not attraction, it's predictability. The fix isn't more positive talk, it's behavioral tuning. Start small. Track one expense category, negotiate one fair deal, delay one unnecessary purchase. That's how you start rewiring your system from scarcity to stability. The shift from "I am rich" to "I act like wealth thinks" is the real abundance mindset upgrade. Because when your body trusts your decisions start compounding. And from that point on, the language of money begins to sound completely different. Scarcity doesn't always shout. It whispers through habits. The person who refreshes their phone for notifications, jumps at every limited time offer, or constantly checks competitors is living inside urgency. These scarcity signals tell money, "I don't trust time." That constant need for instant results short-circuits compounding, both financially and emotionally. In this mode, every choice becomes survival math, not strategic play. You can't build an empire while you're chasing crumbs of dopamine. Notice the pattern: impulsive buys after long days, the endless scroll of comparison, the belief that someone else's timeline defines your worth. These are the invisible taxes of scarcity, burning energy, not earning it. It's the same energy that drives people toward get-rich-quick promises, mistaking speed for intelligence. But money energy equals behavior, and the behavior of urgency tells the market, you're not yet calibrated for scale. Even investors read this. They can sense when someone is desperate to close, not confident to grow. Shifting out of scarcity starts with restraint, not repression. Delay one gratification today. Choose consistency over fireworks. Build micro proofs of patience. Read a quarterly report instead of chasing a crypto trend. Spend an hour improving your offer rather than scrolling for hacks. That's how you rewrite your practical money mindset habits. And when you do, you'll start noticing new signals emerging, subtler, steadier, and quietly magnetic. Abundance looks quiet from the outside. Patience, clean promises, specific language, and consistent follow-through. It's the freelancer who says, delivery by Tuesday, 10 a.m., 2 revisions, $2,400. Language money responds to. It's the founder who tracks expected value on each move and embraces time discounting without rushing the process. These are value creation signals, not vibes. Clarity, cadence, and calm boundaries that protect focus. In short, money as frequency, no woo, emerges from coherence because money energy equals behavior. Consistency is the compounding machine. Weekly pipeline reviews, same-day follow-ups, and a simple personal cash management system create predictability. They practice attention hygiene, no doom scroll, no urgent distractions during deep work blocks. They favor systems over goals. X prospects per day, Y hours of craft, Z% saved, tracked, graphed, iterated. This is how to signal abundance with behavior, reliable inputs that make your outcomes unsurprising. They also speak in metrics, not moods. Closed 3 proposals, cut 20% in costs, saved 8% this month. That's portable social proof. They take asymmetric risk for beginners, capped downside, uncapped upside, preserving optionality. They use leverage, media, code, or capital to scale reputation instead of chasing one-off wins. That steady drumbeat tells the market, I'm safe to bet on, and the market tends to agree. More and more, as we'll soon see when state begins to outrun raw effort. You can't outwork a dysregulated nervous system. That's the silent truth behind burnout finance. When your body runs on caffeine, stress, and panic, every decision is short-term by design. You can't calculate expected value clearly if your brain is wired for survival. Sleep, breath, and rhythm become part of your wealth system. They determine whether you act from fear or foresight. Money, again, reads energy, and in this context, energy equals probability and coherence. Think of 2 traders, one rested, clear, steady, the other wired, rushing, reactive. Both have the same data, but their outcomes diverge dramatically. The calm one can hold risk with patience, the other exits too early or over-leverages. The same applies to founders, creators, or professionals. Your state defines your strategy. Managing cortisol is managing capital. Abundance mindset isn't just optimism, it's nervous system literacy. A calm body expands your time horizon, and that's where compound returns are born. The game then shifts from how hard can I push to how clearly can I see. Build routines that stabilize clarity, morning silence, low stimulation environments, strategic caffeine, and regular exercise. Track mental sharpness as you'd track conversion rates. That's your personal operating system. Because state creates signal, and the market responds to signal, not sweat. When you're internally regulated, effort becomes leverage, not labor. And that's exactly where probability starts bending in your favor, setting the tone for what's next. Energy in practical terms is the blend of probability and coherence. How often your choices pay off, and how consistently you execute them. If money as frequency exists, it's expressed as repeatable EV, not slogans. High-variance gambles with shaky follow-through broadcast scarcity signals. Disciplined bets with clean execution emit value creation signals. Your portfolio of actions, pitches, content, tests has a combined EV you can shape. Money energy equals behavior becomes better odds times steadier rhythm equals richer compounding.
Upgrade EV by changing how you choose and how you size. Use simple base rates. What's the historic conversion for your offer and channel? Start there before gut feel. Favor asymmetric risk for beginners. Small, capped downside, open-ended upside, preserved optionality. Example, publish 1 media asset per day for 30 days. Each with a call to action you can measure, language money responds to. Then right-size exposure. Double down on content that converts, sunset what doesn't. Systems over goals, always. Coherence is your anti-leak. Set a weekly cadence, pipeline review, offer refinement, and one experiment with a clear success metric. Speak in evidence. Closed 3 proposals, cut 20% cost, saved 8%. Portable, compounding social proof. Keep attention hygiene tight. Scattered inputs distort probabilities and torpedo EV. When your choices line up with math and your actions line up with schedule, markets start trusting your signal, which is exactly when deeper scripts, family, culture try to pull you off pattern. Shall we surface those next? Most people think they're making financial decisions freely, but their scripts were written long before their first paycheck. Family, culture, and early experiences plant subconscious instructions like money is hard or rich people are selfish. These invisible codes drive emotional spending, undercharging, or chronic guilt after success. Money doesn't care what you say. It responds to those hidden scarcity signals that still live in your nervous system. Until you see the script, you can't edit it. A child who saw arguments over bills grows up associating wealth with conflict. Someone raised to believe money corrupts will sabotage deals right before they close. These scripts dictate your financial EV more than spreadsheets do. True abundance mindset, practical work, starts with awareness. What beliefs did you inherit? Which ones still run your decisions? Try journaling every automatic thought you have when you earn, spend, or ask for payment. That data is your hidden balance sheet. Once visible, rewrite the script through new behavior. Practice charging fairly, saving without guilt, investing without fear. Read books like The Psychology of Money or Happy Money, tools that normalize prosperity without excess. Speak in measurable progress. I raised my rate 10%. I built a 3-month buffer. I funded an opportunity bucket. That's how you replace inherited scarcity with embodied coherence. And as those new lines settle in, you'll start noticing another shift. Your language itself begins to sound different to money. Money speaks math, not mood. Use verbs that move markets and numbers that anchor trust. Language money responds to. Say, closed 3 proposals at $2,400 each, not had good calls. Say, cut 20% in supplier costs, saved 8% net this month, not I'm being responsible. This is money as frequency, no woo, measurable rhythm, not motivational noise. Metrics compress uncertainty into signal. Track LTV/CAC conversion on your personal funnel, outreach to call to close to expansion. Report cadence like a pro, 15 prospects per day, 3 meetings booked, 1 closed, RPM per hour up 18%. These value creation signals become portable social proof you can reuse across media. With attention hygiene, your words stay tight, your offers specific, and your decisions legible. Structure your speak so it shows systems over goals. Followed personal cash management system, 50% ops, 30% growth, 20% optionality, beats trying to save. Name your risk posture. Took asymmetric risk for beginners. $300 test, $5,000 upside, downside capped. State leverage, media, code, capital. Shipped landing page with pricing calculator, video reached 12K, ROI modeled by expected value and time discounting. Money energy equals behavior, translated into actions and metrics. Keep talking like this and the market starts compounding your narrative, especially once you add real leverage to the mix. Leverage is how you turn one smart hour into many smart outcomes. Media scales attention, code scales execution, capital scales time, and people scale judgment. This isn't theory, it's money as frequency, no woo, through multiplication, not strain. A single video that drives 50 qualified leads beats 50 cold DMs. A script that automates outreach beats caffeine-fueled marathons. Systems over goals. Start with media leverage to raise perceived value before the sale. Publish a short weekly breakdown. Problem, framework, metric, language money responds to. Repurpose 1 article to 3 posts to 1 email to a 5-minute video with a clear CTA. Track metrics to grow income, LTV/CAC conversion, views to clicks to calls to close rate. That creates portable social proof and cleaner value creation signals compounding over time. Then add code, capital, and people thoughtfully. Code, build a pricing calculator or onboarding bot, measure RPM per hour and response SLAs. Capital. Fund small, asymmetric tests. $300 cap, $5,000 upside, preserving optionality and expected value. People. Hire a part-time integrator or SDR to protect your deep work blocks and follow-up cadence. This is practical leverage, media, code, capital, that shifts you from operator to architect. And once your reach and throughput expand, the next move becomes obvious. Put value before price so the market reads you as inevitable, not negotiable. Price is a question, value is an answer. Start by mapping pain precisely. Name the bottleneck, quantify the cost, and show the time discounting of not fixing it. Then present a crisp solution path with milestones and metrics, language money responds to. Your deck, page, or proposal should read like value creation signals, not adjectives. Money as frequency shows up when the buyer feels predictable relief, not hype. Remember, why money affirmations don't work is the same reason vague promises flop. No numbers, no trust. Proof converts belief into purchase. Use social proof with receipts. Cut churn from 7.4% to 4.9% in 60 days. LTV/CAC improved from 2.1x to 3.3x. Show before and after screenshots, process flow, and a mini case. Pain, intervention, KPI shift. If you're early, build a portfolio of controlled tests. 5 tiny pilots with asymmetric risk for beginners. Cap downside, optionality preserved. Publish a 1-pager per win. That's media leverage compounding your money energy equals behavior. Keep attention hygiene tight so your signal stays clean. Offer structure signals confidence. Scope, timeline, deliverables, and a verification loop. Anchor on expected value, projected $48,000 upside versus $6,000 fee, break even at 12% conversion. Add safeguards and follow-up cadence, systems over goals, in your aftercare plan. Give 2 prices, a base with essentials and a premium with outcomes ensured by guardrails. This frames price as a fraction of captured value, not a cost to fear. Neutral, specific, and calm. With value established, we can now tune how you take risk, calibrating downside while leaving the upside open. Shall we? Smart players don't fear risk, they measure it. Calibrated risk means limiting loss while keeping potential gain open. That's asymmetric risk for beginners. Bet $300 to learn, not $3,000 to prove yourself. It's the same principle investors use to shape expected value. Cap the downside, compound the upside. Dumb risk, on the other hand, is emotional, driven by scarcity signals and urgency. It's the voice that says go all in when patience would have made you rich. You see it everywhere. The freelancer who quits all clients before building a runway, or the trader who leverages 20 times to chase adrenaline. That's risk as addiction, not leverage. Money energy equals behavior means your decision tree reflects your nervous system's tone. When your internal state is regulated, you can size bets rationally. Probability meets coherence. That's when money as frequency, no woo, turns mathematical, not mystical.
To calibrate risk, define your loss limit first, then your learning return. Use a small test budget per week. Track EV on each experiment and scale only validated plays. Apply systems over goals. Document hypotheses, outcomes, and next actions. Keep an abundance mindset, practical, by staying patient with the process. Fast wins are nice, but consistency compounds wealth. When your pattern shows controlled exposure and rising accuracy, money reads you as trustworthy capital, not chaos. And once your risk posture stabilizes, it's time to build something more sustainable than goals, a system that runs while you rest. Goals motivate, systems compound. When the calendar runs your behavior, you stop negotiating with moods, systems over goals. Design a weekly loop, prospecting blocks, deep work hours, review, and refinement. Same slots, same order. Track 3 metrics to grow income: LTV, CAC, conversion, pipeline size, conversion rate, deal cycle length. This is money as frequency, no woo, steady inputs that the market can trust. Build a personal operating system that speaks in numbers, language money responds to. Example, 15 prospects per day, 2 hours deep work, 3 follow-ups per day, 8% saved. Batch tasks to protect attention hygiene. Outreach in one block, creation in another, admin last. Use leverage, media, code, capital.
a CRM sequence for follow-up, a content calendar, a tiny ad test with capped downside. Review expected value weekly, kill low ROI motions, double down on winners, and document the playbook. Close the loop with a visible scoreboard. Publish a private owner's report every Friday. Revenue, RPM per hour, win-loss notes, next week's experiments. Color code habits. Green for kept, yellow for partial, red for missed. Then fix the system, not the willpower. Translate results into portable social proof. Closed 3 proposals. Cut 20% cost, saved 8% this month. Soon, the rhythm runs you, in a good way, freeing creativity to aim higher. And once your execution engine is humming, you'll need fuel allocation to keep it clean and scalable, which is where personal cash management steps in next. Money doesn't like chaos. It flows toward order. Personal cash management is how you turn income into stability, then into leverage. Start by separating your flow into 3 clear buckets: protection, growth, and optionality. Protection is your 6 to 12 months of runway, rent, food, and non-negotiables, your nervous system's insurance. Growth is capital for compounding, skills, assets, or campaigns that increase future cash flow. Optionality is your freedom fund, money you can deploy fast when asymmetric opportunity appears. Think of it as your personal cash management system, a quiet machine that prevents scarcity spirals. When protection is funded, your risk tolerance expands naturally. Decisions stop feeling like survival. When growth is fed consistently, your money energy equals behavior becomes visible through value creation signals. Optionality then lets you act with agility, investing in leverage, media, code, capital, while others hesitate. This isn't budgeting, it's attention hygiene for capital, turning emotion into math. Practical rhythm. Automate transfers on payday. 50% ops, 30% growth, 20% optionality. Track it weekly. Balances, inflows, and expected value of each dollar deployed. Review every quarter to rebalance based on your evolving risk profile and time discounting. Over time, this structure turns stress into signal. Your money frequency becomes calm, deliberate, scalable. And once your foundation is clean, it's time to learn how the market reads you, not just through numbers, but through signals of reliability, delivery, and follow-through. Markets read punctuality as probability. When you show up on time, deliver early, and confirm scope in writing, you reduce perceived variance. That's money as frequency, no woo. Fewer surprises, higher trust, cleaner expected value. Use language money responds to. Kickoff Tuesday 10 o'clock, V1 Friday 1600, 2 revisions, $4,800 fixed. These value creation signals tell buyers your risk is bounded, outcomes are legible. Reliability is systems over goals displayed. Confirm meetings 24 hours prior, send agendas, share a 1-page recap with decisions and owners. Publish service levels, replies within 24 hours, blockers flagged same day, weekly progress report. Track metrics to grow income, LTV, CAC, conversion, pipeline size, conversion rate, deal cycle length. This is money as frequency, no woo, steady inputs that the market can trust. Aftercare is the compounder most skip. Schedule a 30-day and 90-day ROI check. Show before and after charts. Note next asymmetry to capture. Invite referrals with a structured prompt and asset pack. Media leverage that scales credibility. Offer a renewal path with options. Maintenance for protection, optimization sprints for growth, experiments for optionality. Attention hygiene matters. Clear inbox rules, tight follow-up cadence, no ghosting ever. Do this and the market brands you safe to bet on, which changes how price is perceived. And it reframes spending choices too, separating status burns from true investments that expand production skill. Your spending tells a story long before your words do. Buying to impress is a scarcity signal. It screams, see me, instead of I'm stable. Every purchase broadcasts probability, either compounding or consumption. The person who drops $1,000 on luxury sneakers but hesitates to spend $300 on a skill course isn't broke, they're broadcasting confusion. Money reads frequency, not flex. Money energy equals behavior means every dollar is a micro vote for who you're becoming. Abundant spending is strategic, not impulsive. It funds leverage, media, code, capital, not noise. It might look like hiring an editor to polish your content system, paying for mentorship to raise expected value, or upgrading your laptop because deep work hours are now your RPM per hour metric. These are value creation signals, spending aligned with systems over goals. Scarcity burns cash on status dopamine. Abundance invests in long-term optionality. One fades fast, the other compounds quietly. To recalibrate, audit your last 30 days of transactions. Tag each as status, comfort, or capacity. Notice the pattern. Redirect 20% of comfort spend into capacity, tools, courses, or assets that multiply you. Track returns in focus, skill, or income. This is attention hygiene for your wallet. Money as frequency, no woo, becomes visible when every expense holds a reason and a return. And when your spending starts signaling maturity, your environment starts responding differently, pulling you toward people and contexts that match that higher signal. You don't rise to your goals, you sink to your environment. If your circle treats chaos as normal, you'll normalize chaos too. Curate people who operate with calm cadence, who speak in metrics, and who model money as frequency, no woo. Schedule standing sessions, one peer review, one mentor check-in, one maker day with phones off. That rhythm transmits an abundance mindset practical because proximity rewires probability. Your feeds are silent managers of your nervous system. Unfollow accounts that glorify quick wins, status flex, or permanent urgency, classic scarcity signals. Replace with operators who share playbooks, EV math, and real value creation signals. Run attention hygiene like a budget. Morning input cap, no notification deep work blocks, inbox rules and filters. Use tools that reduce friction. Read it later, site blockers, keyboard macros, systems over goals in the wild.
Design contexts that nudge you toward leverage, media, code, or capital by default. Keep your desk prepped for creation, not consumption. Templates, scripts, checklists within arm's reach. Join rooms where outcomes are tracked. Weekly pipeline stand-ups, shipping challenges, public dashboards. Adopt constraints that protect optionality. Time-boxed experiments, capped downside, clear review cadences. With this scaffolding, money energy equals behavior gets cleaner, and compounding accelerates. And the signal becomes measurable, which is exactly where we're headed next. The leading indicators that prove you're on the right track before the money lands. Progress has two clocks, the leading and the lagging ones. Most chase the lagging ones. Money in, followers up, deals closed. But money as frequency, no woo, is read through the leading ones. Consistency, signal clarity, and system stability. The creator who posts one valuable insight daily, tracks pipeline weekly, and reviews EV monthly is compounding, long before the deposits arrive. Those actions are invisible to the crowd, but magnetic to opportunity. Leading indicators are behaviors. Lagging indicators are outcomes. Leading equals hours deep work, outreach volume, LTV by CAC trends, RPM per hour trajectory. Lagging equals income, brand deals, equity gains. The market doesn't pay for goals. It rewards systems. Track what you can control, not what you can only celebrate. Run dashboards for micro-variables, proposal sent, follow-ups done, reactivation rate. These are your value creation signals, the fingerprints of future abundance. Translate this into a personal scorecard. Daily equals inputs, weekly conversions, monthly outcomes. Measure the right latency. If your LTV by CAC ratio improves but revenue lags, you're still compounding correctly. That's expected value in motion, not failure. Keep attention hygiene. Review, but don't ruminate. Celebrate lagging indicators only as proof your leading ones worked. Over time, coherence between both curves becomes your new wealth frequency. And from there, even mistakes become data. Still, knowing which patterns to correct matters as much as tracking them. Oversaving looks disciplined until it strangles growth.
If every dollar hides in a vault, you're broadcasting scarcity signals. Low trust in your skills, low belief in future cash flow. That pattern kills expected value because you forego asymmetric bets with capped downside and real upside. Correction: keep a protection runway, then allocate a fixed percent to capacity, skills, media, code, and distribution. That's money as frequency, no woo, calm reserves plus deliberate offense, not hoarding out of fear. On the flip side, bold risk-taker often masks a dopamine habit. Jumping from trade to trade, offer to offer, is not leverage, it's escape from boredom. Addiction to variance torpedoes coherence. Money energy equals behavior, and chaos screams uninvestable. Correction: enforce a risk budget and a review cadence. Run time-boxed tests with small stakes, track LTV by CAC conversion or RPM per hour, and scale only what compounds. Beware the hustle that avoids learning. If you won't read one quarterly report, ship one weekly asset, or track one key metric, that's not freedom, it's avoidance. Correction: systems over goals. Daily inputs, prospects, deep work, weekly conversions, calls, closes, monthly outcomes, revenue, buffer growth. Use attention hygiene. Quiet feeds, clear dashboards, neutral language money responds to, like close 3 proposals, saved 8%, cut 20% cost. This reframes both frugality and daring into abundance mindset. Practical. Spend to build capacity, risk to learn, and keep optionality alive. From here, predictable objections pop up. No capital, no network, can't sell, which we'll dismantle with concrete, bite-sized moves next. The classic trio, no capital, no network, can't sell, isn't a lack of resources. It's a lack of leverage literacy. No capital? Start with media leverage. One thread, one post, one short video a day. Distribution is the new collateral. You don't need funding to produce value creation signals. You need consistency. Post frameworks, case snippets, metrics. That's money as frequency. No woo. Output equals credibility equals inbound. Capital flows to proof, not potential. No network? Build one by giving signal, not asking for favors. Share playbooks, breakdowns, and numbers. Tag peers who align with systems over goals. Each public insight acts as a handshake at scale. Use attention hygiene. Comment with substance, not flattery. Show math, not mood. Over time, digital gravity builds real gravity. People who think in EV, optionality, and compounding start orbiting you. That's network creation through coherence. You can't sell. Selling isn't persuasion. It's translation. Speak the language money responds to. Verbs and metrics. Replace "I'm passionate about design" with "I increased conversion 28% using design." Record client calls, analyze objections, and track close rate weekly. Abundance mindset, practical, means measuring conversations like experiments, inputs, outcomes, refinements. Within 60 days, you'll have data, confidence, and structure. And once objections stop feeling personal, you can finally channel all that energy into one thing: execution. Precise, daily, repeatable. Which brings us to the 7-day micro protocol to make it real. Day 1. Map your scripts. Write the top 5 money beliefs you inherited. Label each as true, false, or useful. Note when they fire: invoice time, pricing talks, investing. That's attention hygiene. Replace each with a neutral, testable line, the language money responds to. Pick one metric for the whole week, e.g., outreach to call conversion or RPM per hour. Days 2 through 6, one value action per day. Choose low-drama moves that emit value creation signals, like ship a 300-word case note, publish a 60-second teardown, or DM one warm lead with a specific fix. Keep asymmetric risk for beginners. Capped downside, open upside, preserved optionality. Size each action by expected value and time discounting. 30 focused minutes beats 3 noisy hours. Track the same metric daily. Systems over goals. Bonus leverage, media, code, or capital. Template your CTA. Build a mini calculator or run a $10 micro test. Day 7, one negotiation and review. Negotiate one thing, price, scope, or deadline. Calm, specific, measurable. Use metrics to grow income, LTV by CAC. Conversion as your frame, like churn down, margin up, EV justifies X. Close with your personal cash management system. Allocate wins to protection, growth, and optionality. Publish a tiny owner's report, like close 3 proposals, cut 20% cost, saved 8% this week. That's money as frequency. No woo, money energy equals behavior, repeated until belief aligns with math, and next week's loop gets even simpler to run. By now you can probably feel it. Money isn't mystical, it's mathematical emotion. It listens to your rhythm, not your rants. When your nervous system steadies, when your habits align with math, and when your actions become signals of reliability, money stops running from you. It starts orbiting. You've learned that money as frequency, no woo, is really money energy equals behavior, and behavior can be engineered. So here's the real challenge. Will you apply it or just agree with it? Will you track your metrics, clean your attention feeds, and run your personal operating system daily? Or will you slide back into the noise of someday? Wealth isn't a mystery, it's repetition. Every calm follow-up, every small negotiation, and every percentage saved rewires your frequency. It's abundance mindset, practical, confidence built through numbers, not noise. This is your cue to act. Choose one idea, one metric, and one move this week. Map your scripts, post a proof, or recalibrate your system. Let's make the market feel your signal, not just hear your words. If this hits something inside you, subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next pieces will keep training your financial signal until money can't help but find you. Tell me in the comments, what's the first behavior you'll rewire?